Hi, everybody, and welcome back. Nagy on Sports, Phil Nagy, joined as always by my cousin Kit on the left coast, reveling in our first Ohio State victory of the year. Dominant at times, with plenty of things still to grow on if you're an Ohio State fan for sure. But that's not what we're talking about today. It is a big Week 7 matchup, Bengals and Browns, the rematch already, Baker and Burrow, Part 2. So without further ado, we're going to hop right into it. Kit, what are the offensive keys to the game tomorrow?
So I think it starts with the O-line. They had a big, pretty bad game last time. They decided not to show up for the Steelers. So we really need them to reset for this one. So resetting the O-line, getting back out there, starting from scratch, and really build something again to get going on that O-line. We need to protect Baker. We got to get the run game going. Both those things are really important to us, and neither of those things happened in the last game.
Excellent.
So second, we need to make sure that we can build some confidence for Baker. We got to get him going, kind of out of the hole that he dug himself into a little bit, especially early in the last game. So we need him building that confidence early in this one, preferably getting some completions, scheming some things up for him to get him going, and hopefully making good reads, not forcing the ball into places where it doesn't belong. And then the last key here is we really need a big game from Abercrombie in this one. Harrison Bryant's got to get going. He is now the number 1 tight end with Hooper out with the appendicitis. So we need him to step up in a big way. That's going to be in the blocking game because that's a lot of what Hooper was doing for us, but we need him to step up in the receiving game as well. And I think that's going to be a really big safety valve for Baker in that one, or in this game, to really provide that comfort for him.
For sure. Okay, now flipping over to the other side, defense. Again, this game was 35-30 in Week 2. Defense has a few more pieces back, but not a ton of them all the way back just yet. Of course, obviously Greedy's not back yet. Phillips is going to be out again. Haven't heard anything about our interior defensive line, so I think Lario and Sheldon are going to be okay there. But what about Joe Woods' crew? What do they need to do tomorrow to secure the W?
So a couple things. First of all, I think having Ronnie Harrison back is going to be really big for us, in particular in that back end. We saw it, that big interception with clutch moments in the Indy game was huge for us. Having him go out in that game and then not showing up to the Pittsburgh game was felt because we were not so good on the secondary there. So again, like most games, it's really going to start with that D-line. That pressure's a must. We got to get pressure. We got to make Joe Burrow uncomfortable. Got to make sure that we are getting to him consistently and collapsing that pocket, making him move. And then from that's going to lead into the second key, which is going to be finding those takeaways. We got to find some takeaways in this one. That's going to be really important for us to not only for the momentum of that, but also because you tend to win when you get the takeaways, set you up for opportunities, short yardage drives, those kind of things. So it all works in our favor. We got to get some of those takeaways today or tomorrow, really. And then the last piece of this is really the running game. With Mixon being out, is probably not going to be very dominant for them. They're going to be passing a lot more. As a result, we really need our defensive back to force the underneath throws. We need to force the stuff underneath and then take away the deep shots. And if we can do that, then we should be able to contain this offense and force more of the 3 and out than the long sustained drives. And that's really it for the defense. But I'll just go ahead, since I'm already started into it. I'm going to start into the
overall. Give us the keys for the overall.
Yeah, let's go for the overall here. I already kind of talked a little bit about this with the turnovers, but we need some early momentum. We got to get going early in this game, so that we can get ahead in the game, which is really important for the way that our scheme works, the way that our offense is designed to play. So we need that early momentum in the game. We've got to get into that position so that we can get to our second key, which is really that ball control football, because that's where we shine. That's where we do our best work. And we got to get to that sooner rather than later, because you can't play ball control football from behind. It doesn't work as well. And then the last piece is we know on paper we are the better team in this game. We have to be the better team in this game. So if we can go out there and live up to our ability and what we should be able to do as a team, that will really, really come through for us in this one.
For sure. All right, let's hit some over-unders. It was kind of a crazy sim yesterday. Browns did win 34-27. We'll get to the score in a second. Finally, what seems like maybe the first time all season, we're able to get some running going. Kareem Hunt had 150 yards rushing in the sim. That feels a little high. That feels like a pretty easy bet for you. But let's set it at 100. So over/under Kareem Hunt 100 rush yards tomorrow.
I think he'll break 100. I don't think he'll hit 150, but I think he'll break 100. So I'll put him over 100. I think we will ideally be ahead in this one, which will give us more opportunity to run, which I think gives him the chance to, especially if he's going early, we can get him more than 100 yards.
For sure. Baker again continuing to unfortunately be pretty authentic in Madden with throwing some silly interceptions. He had another 2 in the sim yesterday. Over/under Baker Mayfield 1.5 interceptions tomorrow.
Under, and not just because I want him to be there, but because I think he is going to take some of what happened last time, hopefully, to heart and really learn from that. I think it was a good opportunity for him to see that he's not always going to get what he wants, the looks that he wants, and he really needs to move away from I'm going to go to this guy pre-snap, determinations for where the ball's going to go. Because a lot of times the defense is going to give you that, so you gotta make the reads real time, and I think that's going to be better in this game. So I think we're going to see less.
For sure, hoping so. From your lips to his ears, right? He heard about it all week, I'm sure. So finally, again, you mentioned him earlier in the key to the game. Harrison Bryant, of course, our channel has nicknamed him Abercrombie because he looks like an Abercrombie and Fitch model from the 90s. Harrison Bryant led the sim in catches. So we'll say over/under 5 catches for Abercrombie tomorrow. What do you think?
Put him over that. I think that's an important key to our offense. I think he is going to be a really nice safety valve for, he's big, he's got great hands. He runs really good routes for a tight end. He has a knack for getting open. So I think he's going to step up in this one in that number 1 role, and I think he's going to get over those 5. I think I'm going to put him in the 7 to 8 realm, somewhere in there.
That'd be great. Also a huge game for Njoku to prove that he belongs or is worthy of some trade bait, perhaps. So
that's right.
We'll see what that tight end room can do, and of course Stephen Carlson stepping up as well. So Sim had the score yesterday at 34-27. Browns win. What is the official Nagy on Sports score prediction for Browns Bengals tomorrow?
So I'm going to put this pretty close to our standard for the games that we win. Obviously, the ones we don't win, we seem to get blown out by 30 points. But this one, I'm going to have us in the 30-point range, so 31-24. I think our defense is going to do enough to win, and our offense is going to get it done.
Fantastic. 31-24. You heard it here, folks. We'll be watching closely as we always do. But we really want to say thank you again. Appreciate all of our subscribers. And thanks for being on. We had a great sim yesterday, catching up with a lot of the old OG subscribers. It was a lot of fun. So we'll do that again, continue to bring those sims on Fridays, and then these videos here on Saturdays leading up to the game day on Sunday. So we really, really appreciate it. Thank you so much for watching. And until we do it again next time, go
Browns!